August 23rd, regular session meeting of the Township Committee is now called to order. Everyone rise and please join me in saluting the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Public Law 1975, Chapter 231. Notice of this meeting was published in the Burlington County Times and the Courier Post on January 6, 2023. Roll call.
Yes, Dr. Mayor. Mr. Horner.
Here.
Mrs. Craybill.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Conda.
Here.
Mr. Segrest and Mayor McGill are absent. Thank you.
Okay, let's move right to committee liaison reports. Committee Member Horner, Finance and Economic Development.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Conda. I have no update on either.
Okay, Committee Member Cravel for Parks and Recreation and Veterans Affairs.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Mayor Conda. For Parks and Recreation, the summer concert series is in its last few weeks. We've had a tremendous turnout thus far. The last concert in the park will be August 31st. Performing at this week's concert will be Asbury Park, a Bruce Springsteen tribute band. So for all of you locals that had tickets for the Bruce Springsteen concert and then it got rescheduled or postponed, please come out Thursday night and you'll hear some Bruce Springsteen. So just a reminder, the concerts are Thursday at 7 p.m. at Wood Park. Also on Saturday, September 9th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., the township will be hosting Cinnaminson Festival. The festivities will include a 9/11 memorial ceremony, music, vendors, food trucks, and fireworks. The event will be family friendly for everyone, and we hope to see everybody there. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. That concludes my report.
Thank you. And as for myself, Administration and Health and Senior Services, I have nothing for this evening. Next item is an ordinance public hearing for Ordinance 2023-6, amending, revising, and supplementing Chapter 162 of the General Code of Cinnaminson Township, entitled Animals. May I get a motion to open public comment on Ordinance 2023-6?
I'll make that motion.
May I have a second?
I'll second.
This is a voice vote. Voice vote, Madam Secretary? Oh, voice vote. I'm sorry. I'm backwards here. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Public comment on Ordinance 2023-6 is now open. Please state your name and address for the record.
Hello, Renee Oler Davis, 2108 Hunter Street. I'm curious, the ordinance, how will it be enforced? Say, for instance, with the chickens, if people do not apply for a license, what will be done about that?
If people have chickens without a license, it will be enforced by our zoning officer. And this is, to tell you the truth, the ordinance is just an extension, pretty much an extension of the current pilot program. So it'll be enforced exactly as it has been for the past 12 months.
Okay, so this is for another 12 months?
Yes.
Okay. Because I don't think it's fair for the people who comply, not to have other people comply also.
Nope. It will be enforced by our zoning officer.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else? Seeing no one come forward, may I have a motion to close public comment on Ordinance 2023-6?
I'll make a motion to close public comment.
I will second that. Voice vote. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? May I have a motion to approve Ordinance 2023-6?
Deputy Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve Ordinance 2023-6.
Thank you. May I have a second?
I'll second.
This one is a roll call vote.
Mr. Horner.
Aye.
Mrs. Craybill.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Conda.
Aye.
Thank you.
All right, The consent agenda is next. Mr. Schubiger, can you please give us some detail regarding the resolutions on tonight's consent agenda?
Sure, Deputy Mayor Conda. We have several resolutions tonight, starting with Resolution 102, which is authorizing the purchase of a live scan system and maintenance and support agreement with IDEMIA, Identity and Security USA for the police department. This is for the purchase of a new fingerprinting system and related support services. Our CFO purchasing agent, Julie Edmondson, has identified American Rescue Plan funding that is suitable for this purpose. And we've consulted with our Chief of Police, Rich Calabrese, who recommends this system. And the award of contract is a state contract vendor, IDEMIA, and Identity and Security. It's in the amount of $24,032. Resolution 103 is the cancellation of taxes for a totally disabled veteran, Block 307.10, Lot 1. And our tax assessor has determined that the property owner does meet the criteria of eligibility for this benefit. Resolution 104 is authorizing a shared service agreement with Cinnaminson Board of Education for the Class 3 Special Law Enforcement Officer Program. This action will finalize the terms of the shared service agreement with the Board of Education, and it's for special Class 3 officers. It ensures that an officer will be posted at each of the schools within the school district. Resolution 105 is the appointment of crossing guards for the 23-24 school year. The recommended appointments will be sufficient to cover all of the posts within the township, plus some additional substitute crossing guards as well. Resolution 106. This is supporting an application of Capital Extracts New Jersey, LLC, to operate a Class 2 manufacturing cannabis business to be located at Block 803, Lot 15, which is on Gary Road. This has been reviewed by the Economic Development Committee and our township planner. Again, this action will confirm only that the proposed use is in accordance with our current ordinances and land use plan. If and when the applicant receives the appropriate license from the state, they'll have to pursue further action by the local and appropriate board of the township. Resolution 107 is the renewal of an agreement with the Borough of Riverton to deliver annually up to 900 cubic yards of leaves to the township's leaf yard in exchange for $14,000 annually. The term of this agreement shall be through September 30th, 2026. It is an extension, by the way, of an existing agreement we have with Riverton. Resolution 108 is authorizing a Chapter 159, an item of revenue. Essentially, it's ensuring that we can appropriate into the budget a number of grant receivables. I'll just quickly go through them all. The township received grant awards in the amount of $43,027.66 from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection's Clean Communities Program, $15,000 from the DEP's Stormwater Management Initiatives Program, $81,050 from the Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services, Law Enforcement, Mental Health, and Wellness Act for a Police Resiliency and Wellness Program, and $9,085.62 from the New Jersey Department of Law and Public Safety, Alcohol Education, and Rehabilitation Fund. So again, all this action we'll do tonight is to insert additional appropriations into the current budget for those purposes. Resolution 109, the Township Auditor has cited no findings in the 2022 annual audit. We reported this not long ago here at a public meeting. The township remains in a strong financial condition. After review, this resolution will then certify and accept that 2022 annual audit, which again has no findings. And finally, there is a raffle, Peak Potential Incorporated, from October 20th of this year through March 1st of 2024. I think that concludes my comments, sir.
Thank you, sir. May I have a motion to open public comment on consent agenda items only? Oh, what the heck, I will do that. I will motion to open public comment on consent agenda items only. May I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Public comment on consent agenda is now open. Please state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one come forward, may I have a motion to close public comment on the consent agenda?
Deputy Mayor, I'll make that motion.
Thank you. I will second that. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Nays? Abstentions? Okay, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
May I have a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call vote, Madam Secretary?
Mr. Horner.
Aye.
Mrs. Craybill.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kondo.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, approval of bills. May I have a motion to approve the bill list?
I'll make a motion to approve the bill list.
I will second that. Can we have a roll call vote?
Mr. Horner.
Aye.
Mrs. Craybill.
Aye.
Deputy Mayor Kondo.
Aye, we've paid the bills. Any staff and professional comments this evening?
Nothing from me, Deputy Mayor.
No, sir.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to open public comment?
Deputy Mayor, I'll make a motion to open public comment.
I will second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays and abstentions? Nothing. Public comment is now open. Please state your name and address for the record.
Good evening, Jamela Shepherd,
Good evening.
215 Front Street, Palmyra, New Jersey. Speaking on behalf of the Civic Club of East Riverton, Palmyra, and Riverton. Okay. I would like to follow up about the 25-mile speed signs on Union Landing. As of yet, they have not been put back yet. They were taken down with my understanding that they were taken down because of the curbs that were being put in, which look very nice. However, the signs have not been put back yet.
Okay, do we have any plan for that, or is that,
I don't have any update on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just table it to next time?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have any update.
Okay. No, it's not.
Folks,
No.
one at a time. No update at this point. Please address all your comments to committee.
Okay. Okay. Are there, I may be phrasing this incorrectly, but I'm trying to question, have there been any more bids or any more information coming in about people bidding on the sidewalks that are going to be put on Union Landing? We know the sidewalks are coming, but I believe so far from our last meeting, township meeting, there were no bids or nothing coming in yet.
last I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong here, we have, our township engineer is still writing the spec for that.
Okay.
Until he has completed the spec, there will be no bids on it.
Okay.
The spec has to be completed first.
Okay, and I would just like to acknowledge that Cinnaminson Public Works, they were out today working on the park in East Riverton, and it looks like they're doing a great job. And I would just like to thank Kevin and his guys for being out there today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Labor Day.
Ben Young, 116 Woodview Lane. I made a statement at the last meeting about the fact that Waste Management was taking care of the roads along on Taylor's Lane, the mowing of the brush. They're not. So they should be added to the chase list when we were chasing them on the Fork Landing side, because they're not mowing either side anymore. Ragweed season's about to be here, and Union Landing is a mess. They really need to be addressed. And on both sides coming up the hill and even beyond that, on up the upper end. Since I go by there a couple times a day. I saw the notice in the paper that Freddy's Burger has been approved. Can we survive? I thought Sonic was having a hard time surviving. We're putting another burger store on that same property, adjacent property. Does anybody have any thought about the comments of somebody surviving over there? I'm just curious. It's a rhetorical question. I'm not looking for an answer. I know planning board's planning board, but somebody needs to think about what we're doing because we're going to have 2 empty buildings if we're not careful. Wouldn't you think?
It could happen.
It would be really unfortunate. We don't need them. The only other question what are we paying Taylor these days for the brush yard?
I'm sorry?
Julie?
It's only been increased like 2%.
So they're like in the 7,000, 8,000 range?
I forget off the top. It didn't go up much, though. I forget.
Jeff works that every year. I'm just curious how he's making out.
Yeah, he's making out.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Did you have any luck with Mr. Minetti? Did you have any luck with Mr. Minetti? Stu?
Any luck with Mr. Minetti?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did?
No.
No. I didn't expect.
Ma'am, before you come up, again, just want to make sure that there's anybody else would have a first time to come up. Come on back up.
Thank you. I did forget. Someone had a question for me, and I couldn't answer it, so I saved it to come out tonight. And they wanted to know what was affordable housing contract with Triad Associates. What is that exact, in layman's terms for me, please?
Would you like me to explain, or do you have it, Deputy Mayor?
No, if you could, I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
So under affordable housing rules, every community that has an affordable housing plan that they're mandated by the Supreme Court of the State of New Jersey, including Cinnaminson, has to have what they call a affordable housing administrator. That is a company like Triad, which is an expert in all the detailed rules and regulations concerning qualifying not only potential landlords or owners of properties, but also those that would be eligible for affordable units or affordable housing. So they know all the technical rules and regulations, and they help qualify folks on both sides for that process. And they are a invaluable required piece of the affordable housing puzzle. It's all the little details that they have complete knowledge of that implements our affordable housing plan. And so they're a company that does that.
Okay, and thank you very
So
much.
Stuart, would it be safe to say they're the administrator of the affordable housing plan on behalf of the township?
Yeah, they're the administrative agent, yes.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Hey, thank you. Anyone else? No, seeing no one else come forward, may I have a motion to close public comment?
I'll make a motion to close public comment.
I will second that. All in favor? Aye.
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 Nays? Abstentions? Public comment is now closed. Do we have any comments from committee members this evening? And I guess we'll start at the end with Committee Member Crable.
I do not have any additional comments this evening, Deputy Mayor.
Committee Member Horner?
Nothing to add, sir. Thank you.
And I have nothing to add as well. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Deputy Mayor, I'll make that motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will second that motion. All in favor? Aye. Nays? Abstention? Meeting is now adjourned. Next meeting is September 18th, 2023 at 6:30. Do I get to hit the gavel again?
Yes.
Okay.
Well done, thank you.